Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. Episode number 85 of the live day trading stream. I hope you guys are doing well. 8:15 a.m. here in Bali, Indonesia. Let me know where you're from in the chat. Looking forward to get the session started. Before some major volume comes in, let's see what happens. All right, we're going to give it a go. We're going to see what the market is doing right now. A couple things to talk about. We see a major opening wick. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed that, but that's an interesting one. We have to talk about that wick. Kind of nasty if you trade on my broker, at least. That was pretty bad. Anyways, let's see what we have with us in the chat, and then we'll get the party started, yeah? Okay, perfect. Let's see. Russia, my friend. Good to see you. How are you, man? Leonardo, 1:15 in London. Good morning, man. Good night. Da Cypher, good to see you. M2M Forex. R Butler is back. Good to see you. Glorious Trader. Good to see you, man. Also in the UK. Connie. Yes. Way Wonder. Morning, man. How are you? Gonzalo, good to see you. Good evening. Sako, 2 a.m. Damn, that guy is here all the time. In the night, then, I guess. Wow. Liv Barons, good evening. Barbados, yes. Okay. All right, Derek. Good to see you, my friend. All right, guys, let's get this started. We have a couple things to cover. Look at gold right now, hovering around the point of control of the previous day. Anyways, we'll talk about it. We'll go over it. And yeah, man, another day, another challenge. Yes, another day, another challenge. All right. Perfect.
I can't let you go.
Yes, sir. Welcome back, my friends. How are you guys doing today? Hope everything is going well. We have gold still hovering around yesterday's range. We have not really been furtherly expanding. At the moment, we are back inside of a range. We are back in a range, at least from the previous day. The trend is still up for the rest of the week, but the range itself is where we are right now at the moment here. So let's go over it. Let's talk about everything that we need to look out for. Okay, we have a couple of layers. Number one, if you go to the vintage chart, that's actually what the broker that I use here. Look at that major wick. That's not good, right? That's nasty. That is nasty. Look at that thing, right? That went down and it swept all those lows and everything there. So imagine having your stop loss below that range, thinking you're safe. Seeing on your broker that it swept it, and then on everything else it did not. That is nasty. Then I looked at the futures chart, and also indeed you see the same thing right here. A huge sweeper. Okay, look at that big candle right there. Also on futures as well. But yeah, not represented on other broker charts like I was looking at, like FXCM or Wanda or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's a vicious wick right there, my friend. Wow. Imagine you're sitting in your long, nice and safe at the point of control, and whoop, not anymore. Anyways, we don't have it right here on the Wanda chart, but I just wanted to let you know that it's there. I saw it. I looked at it. I was like, okay, interesting. But anyways, let's talk about gold right now. So far, we are pretty much following this, this trend, you could say, right? We're creating these breakouts. We go balanced, we break out, we go balanced, we break out, we pull back. Now we are kind of hovering around here, okay? And trying to break up higher again, okay? So we're kind of trying to push up higher. Is this then the move higher? That's the question right now at the moment, okay? So in order to know that, let's look at the order flow as well real quick a little bit, because we are definitely forming some, I would say, resistance here. But I do like everything that we're seeing right now, to be honest, because we are seeing that wick candle with the most volume here acting as support. I do like that actually as well. The 4-hour candle as well. You know, we are definitely in an area of support too, right there. It's just a lot of support here. Daily candle as well. Most of the volume was traded below. As you can see right there, most of that actual volume was traded right below that. And the candle opens bearish and then it wicks into that level. So also from a daily perspective, it looks like we could try to reach those highs one more time. At least this is what it feels like, according to looking at the order flow as well. At the same time, from the chart, the way we look at it, right, we talked about the volume profile a lot right now on the stream. So you have, let's say, a full day. And if you're operating inside of the daily value area, you can actually use the key levels like the volume profile, like the point of control. You can actually see that at 7, we tapped into that level. That was actually a very nice level right there, okay? So does it mean I have to come an hour earlier again to get into that level? Anyways, look at that reaction. It is actually very good right now at the moment, right? So yeah, that is the reality of what we're seeing now. We are also seeing some resistance here at the moment on this high, because we have some internal, like lower time frame, like structure and stuff as well here. Two things. Even we pull back to the range again. This will be very nice, especially if you come down here, create a double bottom or something like that, or we break out of this high right there, and we pull back and we continue to drive higher, targeting the value area, and then maybe the highs right there. I don't know. For now, I'm not really looking at shorts yet. Okay, if you think, oh, we have to pull back at some point, we do indeed. But now at the moment, we are holding and respecting the point of control of the previous day. And also look at the order flow and stuff. There's just a lot of support below as well. And yeah, I'm still waiting for a little bit of a larger breakdown for that to be interesting to me personally. Okay. Yes, sir. In terms of the, what was I looking at? In terms of the video I created, yes, I created a lesson 2 for you guys. It's a free masterclass I'm uploading as well here on my Telegram. This time about the low volume nodes, okay? So you can learn about it, low volume nodes right there. It's like a Another video, all right, another session here, an additional layer upon my layers from yesterday. So my first lesson, which is the volume profile on how to draw it. This lesson is more about the low volume nodes and how to find nice areas of interest or nice zones of interest, like these buying zones or these selling zones, according to exactly what we're talking about. Okay, right now that is not as important. The reason why is because we're trading inside of the value area of yesterday. So we're dealing with a couple different levels, but if you break out of that, right, then it becomes very relevant. Then it becomes interesting, okay? All that makes sense. Anyways, everything is explained in that video. And yeah, we talk about it from there, okay? We talk about it in that video right there. You can learn about it for free, of course. This is an unlisted video on my channel, so you don't find this on YouTube. It is just a video that I created for you guys, only if you are on Telegram. And yeah, I have 0 videos on my channel anyways, right? Actual videos on my YouTube channel. So therefore, it's all private, usually. Okay. What are your views on China's biggest banks are ending retail access to leveraged paper gold products on July 24th? I mean, I don't really have an opinion about this. It's too ambiguous and subjective. What does that then mean? Does that mean that China can't trade anymore, that retail trading will stop? Is this going to impact the market negatively? Too many assumptions. I can't really work with that personally. From like a long-term perspective, what I can say is that they did that with Bitcoin too. When Bitcoin was trading at $6,000. And then, yeah, in that year, I think it went to 60,000. So, I don't know. Hard to say, man. Hard to say. Yeah. Nice little breakout, though. Or at least nice little push for gold. Obviously, right now already. So, let's see if we can actually break above that high. Number one, that smaller range that we're facing here. We're facing a bit of resistance there. Yes. Yeah, I saw that wick. We just talked about it. Huge wick. Huge wick. Huge wick. Yeah, massive. Not just on futures, but also on Vantage. So that's interesting that it's on Vantage. Not on the other ones. It's not on the other ones. That's for sure. Yeah. So what are the levels that we're looking for? Now, number one, if we can pull back, I would be looking at this area right here, I think, on the lower time frame. We have this smaller range. Okay, I would be looking at something like this, number one, as an area. Okay, let's see if I can find it right there, this level. And this level, like actually, something like that, just in general. Like I would be looking at the very low as well. And maybe the previous daily point of control from yesterday. So a little bit of a pullback into this area. Can we get there? Because right now we're getting rejected at the highs. You see that already, right? We're not really following through here. So maybe we can get back and pull back again towards that point. Right there, that would be nice. I'm just watching it very, very carefully right now because, wow, that's actually kind of a strong reaction now I'm looking at it, right? Immediately from this area. Again, the point of control of a smaller range. Internally right there, you can see the reaction already. I'm waiting to see what happens inside of this zone. If price can get there, great. If it breaks out, we'll probably see the buyers will be trying to continue to push price higher and try to break it up further. But for now, we're getting rejected there. So I prefer to pull back and yeah, go there, man. Go back to at least this area. It's a pretty strong reaction, actually. Why did we bounce from this area here at the bottom here yesterday? Yeah, low volume node, right? Low volume node, a strong area of support right around there. That is a very clear level that we can't seem to break right now at the moment. Yeah, very clear level, very obvious level as well. Major support around this area. There's a whole other topic of discussion. This one is what we're looking at right now. And then we'll go from there. Yes. What level number one? 23. 23, 23, 23, 23, 23. Pretty much back at our level from yesterday, right? Yes. 26 yesterday, remember? Yeah, yesterday's trade. Wow, you saw what happened after that? Luckily, we secured ourselves right, guys. We took profits. At least secured ourselves, correct? Just looking at you guys for a second here, making sure that you guys did secure yourself. Yeah, just checking. Just making sure. Okay. And the 17th. Okay, and then the 9. The 9. Okay. We'll break up because of this area already trapped sellers. Well, not really. Like, I don't think this is bearish, to be honest. I just wait for like a nice pullback. Hopefully we can get to this area of interest right now at the moment, which is the 23, right? Hopefully we have a trade soon, not like yesterday. We just waited. We waited and we won. Yes, but it took a long time. I do agree with you. It took a long time. And it was, and then after that, apparently some news came out. Some bad news came out. It was something around oil. Oil started to spike really aggressively. So yeah. And it was also, keep in mind, pre-London. We were waiting so long yesterday that for one trade, that the moment I was in the trade, and it did play out eventually, and we could put our stoppers and break even. It was already almost the London session, right? Not pre-London. So it was just better to take profits also. Yeah, today we're not going to go into London though. Today it's not. I'm not feeling the London session coming in today, okay? But yesterday, yes, it was almost a 5-hour stream. The main reason why was because I waited for the pullback, because it was very clean price action actually. It was pretty clean overall. And then price pulled back. And I'm like, okay, perfect. And the moment I was like, okay, after 3 hours, 2 hours, I was like, okay, I can cut the stream. It started to pull back, right? And then there are two things I can do. I can either say, okay, let's just not take a trade on stream today, or we wait a bit longer. I chose to wait a bit longer. So we could still get involved. Yeah, look at that on my broker too, right? Oh, can't see it here. Major wick. See that? Oh, major wick. Right there. Major wick. That is a nasty one. Nasty wick, for sure. I think we went down as 4,100 here. So that's pretty nasty. Yeah, do you guys think that we're going to stay balanced today, or we're going to be unbalanced? In terms of balance means, are we going to be flat for now in this session? Was it worth it for me to wake up an hour earlier? Yes or no? That's the real question right now. Because I did this for you guys. I woke up an hour earlier for you guys to see if it's possible. Because there's so much volume at 8:30. Wow. Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe you should wake up at 6 a.m. Okay. To catch that wick, you mean? All right. No, overall, I think that the higher time frame definitely shows us, especially on order flow as well, a reason to potentially go long. Yeah, I do see a lot potential there from that perspective, at least. I do like it as well. This hourly closure is gonna help probably too. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad, definitely. It's not bad. I would have loved to get a little bit deeper into this area though. I hope we could. If not, it's gonna be kind of like a breakout scenario. I guess. But we're looking at something that's more up. Yeah. Why do you have multiple charts for gold? I mean, multiple brokers, you know, just checking, just making sure we're aligned, we're on the same page, you know what I mean? That is why. That is the main reason, just making sure. Especially if you trade CFDs, you need to like kind of check that sometimes. Yeah, that's the question. Can we buy at like 23? That would be actually very good. Georgelina, I watched your video like 3 times, Lorenzo. Amazing content, loved it, amazing. Thank you. Yeah, this is gonna be like a kind of like a masterclass, right? Like a free masterclass on Telegram around the volume profile, because there were so many people with so many questions. How do you use it? How do you draw it? In what context? What leverage are you using? I actually don't know. It's like 100 or 500. I don't know. I think it's 100. Does it really matter? I'm using that in like a lot of big positions anyways. So one lot, I think. Huh? Waiting for that zone. Yeah. Yeah, it's lovely how that point of control gets hit of the previous day, right? Let's be honest. So you have the open till the close. You have the point of control. And the first thing price does is it creates the bottom wick and it sets in that bounce into the point of control right there. It can work as a entry. It can work as a target as well. If you are shorting gold, for example, that's a nice clean target. If it breaks below the point of control, you can kind of see that sellers are more in control. Like there's a lot of different features. Yeah, definitely interesting wick, that's for sure. Lorenzo, do you agree with brokers that allow a leverage of 1 to 2,000, where with 1,000 USD you can open 7.5 lots? Yeah, that's very smart. No, it's very smart. It's very smart. Let's open a 7.5 lot trade with a $1,000 account. Wow, love it. Let's do it. Let's make that happen. How much is that? $1,000. You need exactly what? 20 pips or 15 pips to get stopped out of your $1,000 account. PU Prime had that same wick. Yeah, nasty, right? Very nasty. I mean, this is why it can happen if you are trading things like, oh, if you're overnight holding or you see something like that, that's pretty nasty, right? Let's be honest. It is pretty nasty. Congrats on reaching the 20K. I mean, yes. Indeed, we did yesterday because of the trade, of course. Right, we indeed did that yesterday. We reached indeed the 20. We started with 6 in June, mid-June. And we are now at 20, indeed. We had a little bit of a big push up, and then we had a little bit of a... I was at 19.5, I went to 17.5, 18, 19, 18, 20. So it went a little bit up and down from there. But yeah, first milestone completed, right? What's next? What is next? Our goal is to bring it to whatever is possible. And every trade is pretty much called on stream or done in an analysis on stream, which is exactly the whole point of why we're doing this like challenge. So we can call them out. We call them out. One more time, management is everything. It held also yesterday. It was another big reason. So tempting to hold it and then to the highs, and then you just see it doesn't want to go. Hey bro, good evening. I stayed up last night supporting you with the trade, and in the end we got a good profit. Hux, and let's go hard today. Yes, sir. Why is there not much volume in the market? Let's wait another 50 minutes, of course. Let's wait for 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. your time, maybe. The New York time, 9 p.m. We should expect some more volume to come in. And 150k stops yesterday. Yes, sir. We reached our milestone yesterday. We did. Yesterday we reached the 150k. Yes, sir. Thank you for that, guys. Appreciate you all. You guys are amazing. Keep in mind, next week I'm on a holiday, man. It's my only week in the year. Okay, that's it. 1 week in the year. I'm on a holiday. I'm gonna go to Spain. Yeah. I still have a lot of work to do, man. I have calls with my elite group. I have a lot of important things to do with them. So my focus is on them and Ibiza. Yeah, 1 week in the year. We're pulling back already a little bit. So I hope we can pull back into the 23s. That would be the best. That would be a good level to look for, at least a reaction. So let's see if we can do that. If a person reaches from 1,000 to 100,000 in like 70 to 75 days live on stream, should we learn from that trader? It depends if you like that person or not. I think it's also a personality trait. You know what I mean? Some of you guys have a very architectural personality type. You know, you're very systematic. You know, you need a guy that's similar to your personality type, right? So it depends on the person that you are appealed to. It's not only about the results, I would say, even though results are mandatory. It's a personality trait as well, right? Okay, we're getting back. We're pulling back. We're getting a bit to that undervaluation. There was also not a reason to step in because of the fact that we were already a little bit overvalued. I was like, nah, we're a bit overvalued. We need to wait a little bit longer for price to reach that bottom right there or close to it. So yeah, we're getting to our box. We call this box our area of interest or our POI, point of interest. Okay. That 23 level is a level that I'm watching. That's a level that I'm interested in, actually, a little bit. So let's see. We're back in that area again. The 4 hour will be tapping into that zone again, as well as the daily. Let's see how big this is as well here. Okay, it's not huge. That's good. Okay. Yeah, we're keeping a close eye on the 22 right now, on this level right here. I live in Alicante. Nice. Love that. Love Alicante as well. It's very nice. In a very nice place. When are you coming to Spain? Next week. Ibiza, yes. Barcelona first, though. We'll be in Barcelona. I've lived in Barcelona as well for a while before I moved to Bali. But that was like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Yeah, I was living in Barcelona, and then every weekend I flew back to Amsterdam. Every weekend I flew back to Amsterdam. Like, I did this for months. On a Friday, I flew back to Amsterdam. On a Sunday, I flew back from Amsterdam back to Barcelona. And then I stayed there the whole week again. And I did that for months, actually. And it's actually not far. It's like a 2-hour flight, so it's like, it was pretty decent. It was okay. No 23. Was waiting for the 23, but for our high, still holding. Nah, we need to get there though. We need to get to the 23. Just from like a risk reward perspective, that would be just the most appealing, the most interesting. Or we really have to break out and then actually break the range and turn that range into into support, break out of that area and then like break out and pull back. But that's a different story. Height. I lived like 15 years in Barcelona. Love that. That's a long time. 15 years. Wow. Yeah, for now at least, it's definitely looking super, super strong, right? We're just like ranging, kind of hovering around here. So let's see if we can drop a little bit further. I like the 23 because if you look here on the left inside of the range, you also have a low volume node. Now that's not predominantly the reason because we're still inside of the value area, but it just aligns very well with the level that we're looking for at the 23. I think it's a good level. I really think it is a level that we have to watch. 23, 24, 23 will be the ideal. Look at what the dollar is doing. Dollar is still that resistance, still that supply, that 8-hour supply zone right there. We can't seem to break it. At least for now, we can't seem to break it. So yeah, dollar doesn't want to move. Doesn't want to go. It's actually not looking that strong. But it doesn't really want to break down either. So now it wants to. Oil, same thing on oil. Oil was very strong yesterday, right? Wow, very strong. But same thing on oil. Oil is also a major level high, a swing high right now. We pretty much created that last serious pullback and then we sold off all the way at the 90. Just want to see one more big fat squeeze for gold. Last one, a last squeezer. Right, guys, the final squeeze. Not now, though. Let's come back a little bit more. Yeah, look at the dollar, right? Dollar's losing momentum. Ah, man, we're breaking out. I really wanted to get to the 23 there. It's great if we break out, though. It's like a good confirmation above the range as well here, like we talked about. This area. If you close above this with some more momentum. So yeah, let's watch where we close actually. But yeah, that would have been the best of the best. The point of control of that smaller range that aligned with that area. And this is why we look at the order flow as well. We look at the daily, you see like, oh, we tapped into the point of control of yesterday. We respect it. The 4-hour. Major selling at the bottom. All those trapped sellers. From yesterday. People that were selling the pullbacks, right? They were kind of trying to short here. Especially, I think, when it broke down, you could see that. A lot of selling took place. A lot more selling than buying, actually. Right there, you can see this. It's actually confirmed. You see it also much more red, more negative delta. And we closed above that. And the daily closed above that. So that's why we're usually more bullish biased. But man, it's so unfortunate, man, to be honest, because I was really waiting for that long setup there at the lows. shit. So close to that level as well. Okay, well, let's just see where we close now. And if we close above the previous range right here, that's the most important part, that we close above this then. $9 a.m. volume. The 9 a.m. volume seems to be more interesting than the 8 a.m. volume. But yesterday, the 8 a.m. volume was much more relevant, correct? So it depends. It's still good to start earlier, though. That's for sure. Look at that. 8, yeah. 8, yes. Yeah, definitely looking at 8, I think, looks even cleaner. 8, yes. Yeah. No, we'll definitely keep this time up right now, guys. We'll definitely keep this up regardless. Yeah, damn. FOMO in, never FOMO in. This is a good example. And if you FOMO in, at least wait for closures or something. Predominantly like a 15-minute or an hourly closure. Like wait for some sort of relevant closure where you can actually confirm that you close above a critical level. But that was a big, that was actually quite a big fake out, honestly, right now. Look at that reaction. It's like a 100 pip fake out. We don't really chase. Yesterday we didn't chase. Today we'll not chase. Yeah. Most volume was traded, of course, in the New York session yesterday, right there. So this will become resistance. Okay, it will become resistance. This will be at the 4155. But that's up there. That's not for us right now to worry about, right? But that is a target, the 4155. And then we have the 25 or the 20 here. Yeah. And why do we use the order flow on the daily? Because I love to use order flow on the daily time frame because I look at where the candle has closed according to the volume. And if the most volume is traded below that and you close above that, then this tends to turn into support a lot of times, right? It's like the point of control, but then on the order flow, pretty much. What about the VWAP? Good question. Still trading above the VWAP. So yeah, in terms of that resistance, there is one thing for sure. You can definitely see that the 50s will be a target. That will be a tough cookie to crack right there. The 50. So if it's buys, I would still think about the final squeeze. But it also depends, right? Because the dollar right now is just not looking predominantly strong. But it doesn't look like really weak either. Every time when the dollar comes down here, look at that. Every time. This is why we saw that push down for gold again. Is the dollar dropped. The gold dropped, sorry, the dollar dropped, and then the dollar reversed immediately right there. You see that? And it has been doing this already multiple times yesterday too, where it dropped aggressively and then it suddenly gets bought up and it pulls back into the range. And this is why gold is not allowed to move higher at the moment. But I'm still waiting for longs for now. Look at silver. Okay, interesting. Getting rejected at the point of control. So that's something that you want to see too. Silver closing above that. Or you pull back into the very low. One thing is for sure, we're still inside the value area, right? So as long as silver is in it, it can't really be too clean and clear. But yeah, there is a rejection inside of it. But if you do something like this, it's like this, you have like this. There are multiple ways, but for now, gold seems to be holding up much stronger. But you gotta love those point of control levels, right? You gotta love it. Both on silver and on gold. Toker FX, man. Have a nice day, brother. Why should gold go higher with the war incoming? Both straight on Saudi Arabia are closed. Yeah, but would you say the same thing yesterday? Or the day before that, you know what I mean? It's going higher. You know? So for now, we're still there. We're still trending. We can't predict, like, this is the thing that I like stopped doing a long time ago, is trying to predict too many things in advance of like, yeah, but logically speaking, because of this should happen, or because of the Strait of Hormuz, that should happen. And then I realized, yeah, you know what? The market does whatever the market wants to do. And it just shows me today that we're doing this. So let me just focus on that and not get too distracted by Trump's toilet tweets. Because that's going to be an issue. At the same time, there are a couple other things in play right now as well. Besides the Strait of Hormuz, so if you want to go deeper into the fundamental part, we have a problem with the Japanese yen. This is like a big issue. The Bank of Japan is struggling hard now. They're going to increase interest rates soon. That's going to affect the dollar. They're going to sell a lot of treasuries. US treasuries. That's another layer. Then we have the AI bubble. There's a lot of conspiracy around the AI bubble that it's starting to pop, or that it's very close to breaking down, or whatever the case may be. That's another layer, another interesting layer, which I don't believe yet, to be honest. But that's another thing that they're talking about a lot. Then we have the interest rate decision next week. The Federal Reserve FOMC interest rate decision next Wednesday. You know what I mean? So that's also another big event that we're waiting for right now, because we want to know what happens, what the expectations are. Especially because there was a statement from Federal Wars that he was looking to increase interest rates. Gold dumped really hard when he said that. And then the next day, the NFP came out. and the CPI came out extremely good. Which caused gold to spike up again. So it's very, very unstable right now at the moment. Okay, yeah, we're really trying to squeeze up towards this area, breaking above the range and stuff right now. The very high in the product control. This is what has been holding us down. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I really wanted to reach 23. And every time I think, yes, it's possible right now, we're getting rejected. We'll move down. We'll move down to our area, our buying zone. But it refuses to get there. Which should tell you something, by the way, but yeah. Refuses to get down towards the 23. Yeah, I think it's right here. $37. Yes. What a resistance, guys. What a resistance here. But the close is going to make an absolute difference. If you close above the 37, yeah, then it will be... that's a pretty strong confirmation, especially if the next candle then flips bullish. Like, I feel that you have like a move way up until like the 50s, but you know, these breakout trades are great at some extent, but sometimes they're very trappy as well, especially in this condition now at the moment. Especially in this session, you can see it's already a bit like messy, right? So these breakout setups are a bit tricky. Yeah, so my question is nothing more right now. Okay, we have an area of balance right here, right? We have an area where we ranged for a pretty long period of time last night. So before we actually closed the daily candle, we had a balancing area. Then we had a manipulation wick, actually. You don't see it now, or you don't see it on this chart, but we had like a huge manipulation wick. You see it on my broker. Okay, and also on futures. It's pretty evident. Okay, we're seeing like a huge manipulation wick right there. Huge wick. Absolute crazy manipulation right there. Major manipulation wick. And then price broke out recovered, it ranged, broke out, retraced, it continues to go higher, breaking above that area. So yeah, it is some sort of like a, you could call it CV play, right? I would still look for this. I was actually really waiting for this to happen. We came very close. Because if you take a setup right there, like then it would have already been this area where we would take profits. At least take profits or manage the trade in a good way. And then the 50 would be like the target of the day, right? That's where that major resistance is at from the New York candle from yesterday. That is right there. But that would have been my overall thought process. If we could get into that setup, then entry there, stop loss below the wick, below the point of control, which is actually very good. It's only 70-ish pips, which is actually very good. And then we had like a very clean traction here. Now we have to think about, okay, if this happens and we break above this area, then we have to wait and see here. But now we're seeing so much resistance there. Pretty strong. It's pretty strong and it has not closed above it. Why did you take Xau Usd? Love it. Just like it. I'm used to it. I've been trading futures too, by the way. But I love, I've been trading, you guys probably already know it. Like I've been trading CFDs for years. Years and years and years. And it's still going, wow. No, I'm not selling. I'm not selling. Not yet, at least. POI means point of interest, by the way, for people that don't know that. POI, point of interest. It came to the 25, but it never came back to our level. It's just the 23. Yeah, we can't seem to break it at all, right? Just can't seem to break it. Maybe we're gonna squeeze. It could be like a large, big, fat squeeze. In a second here, though. It almost looks like it. Like it's compressing. Wicks on both sides of each candle. And then boom. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this price action right now at the moment, to be honest. Like it's very compressing. It's wicks on either side, but it's still squeezing. Not a big fan of it today in comparison to yesterday, Tuesday, Monday. Doesn't want to break it, but when it breaks, it will squeeze. I think we're gonna see like a big push immediately out of nowhere. You think like, whoa, why? How is it possible? Right? Like a big squeeze to the upside like that. But that's not something I want to get involved in, to be honest. In this case. Because I just don't know how to manage the trade correctly. That's the big difference. Sometimes I see a setup and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna do this or that. Just recognize it, and then I'm like, yeah, but how I'm gonna manage this? Where will I put my stop loss? It's way too big. Or does it make sense to put my stop loss there? Not really. Well, the sun is helping once again. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is like, I'm not a big fan of buying this breakout, guys, to be honest. Not today. Not today. Not today. It's not clean enough. And also, in terms of management, I don't see the main thing where I could put my stop loss, where it makes sense to put my stop loss without having like a ridiculous stop loss. Because it means I have to put my stop loss all the way at the lowest or something below that range. And it's not something I could just do, like put it below the point of control or something like that. I'm not a big fan of that setup, to be honest. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Pablo? How are you, man? Welcome back. Good to see you, my friend. How are you? Always in the chat, the man himself. Always in the chat. Did we close above it? We did, yeah? We did close above it. It would consider to be very risky, though. You see how important it is actually to wait for that low to be hit there initially. We tapped into the very high as well here. The point of control seemed the most appealing. Would have been a 70-point stop, and that would have been the ideal case scenario. Then it started to come up. There's nothing wrong with like a breakout, but if it's so forced, and the PAs is, in my opinion, not clean enough for breakout setups right now at the moment. Why you're not looking at sells? Main reason why is because I think that as long as we trade above the point of control of yesterday, which is this zone right there, okay? As long as we're staying above this area right now at the moment, I don't see really a reason to sell yet, right? Because the point of control shows pretty much the volume of yesterday. We're trading above it. We're actually bouncing from it. So as long as we're above the point of control, I'm pretty much only interested in buys unless we get somewhere up there towards an area again, to a high again. Yeah. You have almost a 2-minute delay? I don't think so. Let's see what happens here. Just give it a try. Not give it a try, but see it happens. Just watch this. See if we fall back inside of this again. If that would be considered very nasty. Yeah. At the moment, I'm not buying. I'm not selling. The only buys that I wanted to buy it was around this area. Or we just have to see a bit cleaner price action for today's session. Less hesitation, less wicks on both ends. The dollar being more clear. Because the dollar is just holding up in this range right now. Pretty much, you also have to look at the dollar sometimes as well. Or in this case, look at the dollar just holding up in this area right there. You see that support? So what would happen if the dollar now? Because the only reason why gold pushed up was because the dollar pushed down here. What would happen if the dollar now just shoots up? Back again. What will gold do? What will gold do? I don't know. It's interesting to watch. But look at gold. Oh, I hope you're happy that we didn't buy the breakout. What do you guys think about that? You could smell this from miles away. Right? We could smell that fake out from miles away. We didn't fall for that. We did not fall for that. Okay? We did not fall for that fake out right there. And I'm happy we did not. You can recognize it in advance by looking at those wicks, choppiness, and then that force behavior. It's so advantageous to invite people to buy at the top here. It's actually very bad. It's actually very nasty. Yeah. Know when to buy, when to stay out. Sometimes that helps too. Keeping your account alive, staying out. I know it's annoying because we love to trade. We trade almost every day, guys. But like, you know, the price action has to align for that. The PA has to make sense. But yeah, that simply means right now that the 23 is somehow not that far away anymore. Not that far away. Damn. Who bought at the top? It's not funny, by the way. Because this is what gold loves to do. It's just so annoying, but this is how gold acts a lot of times. But you can kind of recognize this in advance. Don't get me wrong. You can actually recognize this in advance because, yeah, it's just the way the candle moves. The candle moves in general. Wait, one, I took my partial at the very top, still holding my long. Nice. That was good. Okay, we're just gonna observe this for now. At least I want to just see what happens here, because if this breaks up again, then I don't think I will trade the Ace session. Honestly, I think there's better price action to do with. Because that would just give me no clue about what I want to do personally. If we break out like that, we pull back, we immediately squeeze up again and flip back up again, then there is not much that I want to do. Monday we hit TP1. Tuesday we hit TP1. Yesterday TP1, not TP1. Yesterday full close. You can always flip to the smaller time frame. Yeah, you can. On the 1 minute. We are in the 5 minutes. Yeah. That is a closure back below that level again. Wow, that was a fake out, a real freaking fake out there, guys. That was an absolute fake out. Yeah, we didn't fall for it. Congratulations. We stayed committed to that. It was very tempting if you look at the marker pushing up higher, right? And you see it going and you think it's gonna go and it closed above it eventually. And you're like, yes, this is it. But no, you can tell by the price action. And of course, the fact that the dollar is sitting right around this area, okay? We are also super aware of the fact that the dollar has not broken structure. We're just pretty much at those wicks highs, holding at that support right here, right? So any reaction from the dollar at support, any small reaction, gold breaks back down. Yeah. Morning, Lorenzo traders. I think you caught that 4,012 level yesterday. Yeah, that was our next zone. So we had our zone where we took a trade from. And then we had another zone indeed at the 12th. Correct. And then the next zone was at the 3. That is also correct. Yeah. Wow. All right, and suddenly you're there. What a fake out. Yeah, but knowing that we had that fake out here, all those buyers stepped in at the top here. That's not a good look for us to go long now. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep the stream very short today, guys. It's unfortunate. But I'm not really convinced that I want to be involved here in this price action at the moment. If price came down, it tapped into our entry, we came up. Okay. If this level respects it, but we're getting heavily suppressed there, we'll be ending up in a range, in a very tight range. If this breaks down, we're clearly invalidated anyways. If we do react positively, we will end up probably in a range because there are so much strap buyers sitting at the top of that candle right now, which makes it more, more stuff. You then need to break again above the highs and then look for the continuation. So I'm not a big fan of this price action, right? I'm also just looking at the market in general. You know, we have been relatively overextended already. Like we are definitely have been trying to break up higher for already multiple days in a row. And yesterday, we also struggled pretty much the whole Asian and London session as well here. Yesterday, we managed to get into a nice trade. If you were quick with taking profits, after being patient, we really got rewarded for it. But I don't get that same feeling or that same point of interest today. What helped though was not trying to force a trade here at the top and not trying to get involved into a trade at the top and not being faked out of a position. So I think that is only the positive side of it. Sometimes avoiding a bad trade is a good trade. And that was considered definitely a bad trade if I would have taken that trade. No doubt. No doubt about that here. Okay, expect the reaction here. The problem is, it should be considered just a quick scalp. Okay. Yeah, look at that closure as well. Like, we literally close at it, but like, there's not even a bottom wick, or not even... Yeah, it's crazy. Look at the 4 hour. Yeah, the 4 hour is indeed at the verge of breaking. Look at the 4 hour time frame as well here. Doesn't mean we will break it though. We are reacting from our zone. Yeah, look at that. But it's something I don't want to get involved in. Yeah. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm gonna keep today's stream a bit shorter. I don't want to waste your time either. The rest of your time either, to be honest. Okay. But for me, this price action is not stable enough to grow my account. Like I do, we are taking this very serious. Like, I'm not here playing around, having fun, taking some trades for the sake of it. Now, I'm actually here to grow my account. Okay, and publicly on stream. For me, this is very important because I do this for transparency purposes. I do this to grow my account on stream, and a relatively small account at the beginning, in order for us to grow it to whatever is possible, to show that it can be done, and it can be done live. It can be called out live as well here. So it's you can't get more transparent than that, right? And if I don't see the price action being interesting to myself, I just don't get involved here. Are we reacting from our level now? Yes, we are. Look at that. We're reacting from it quite well. Okay. Do I like the price action? I don't like the price action. Okay, even though our zone, it's a nice level. Yeah, I do get it. But yeah, sometimes I kind of try to think ahead of the game here. Okay, let's say I would enter here. Then I have to get out here max. I can't get more long than that. And we're going to deal with this stuff, this manipulation. A 4-hour candle that's bearish. After that fake out. Yet at the same time, we're above the point of control of yesterday. So we're not completely bearish yet. And we haven't, we're still pretty much inside of this range. So let's break down. Okay, if we are considered bearish, let's break down. Let's actually show me the breakdown. Right, show it to me. And then I'm like, okay, now we can talk. Now we can look for any type of retracement into the value area of yesterday. Whatever the case may be, and I can look for a continuation sell play, whatever it is, with much more conviction, much more confidence as well from that perspective. Nothing forcing. And here, I'm just happy that we avoided a really bad trade today, to be honest. Okay? Yeah. That's one of those days, okay? One of those days. It's part of the week. Usually one day of the week is like that. Okay, expect it used to be on a Wednesday. Today it's on a Thursday, okay? So conclusion, Monday, we had a win, $794, $800. Tuesday, 350. Yesterday, 776. So we're pulling, okay? Give it some time, give it some space. And then we'll go to Friday tomorrow, and we'll hope to end the week strong. And then we'll go from there, okay? Oh yeah, we just opened another account too. This is the second account I'm up right now. I'm starting with as well here. We're starting to get that one involved as well to just get a little bit more trades in on another account for another reason. It's just for testing purposes. And then I'm gonna come back tomorrow again, yeah? So yeah, let's keep the stream short today. Not waste your time as well. So you can go to bed if you want to. All right. Much love, guys. I'm going to see you tomorrow. If something happens, I will be in Telegram. But for the guys that actually want to learn, besides just the trades, okay? Not everyone is interested in learning. Some of you guys are, some of you guys are not, which is fair. Up to you. If you are, though, you can go to my Telegram right now. It's a free group. And I posted 2 videos. Lesson 1 around the volume profile. How to draw it and use it in different conditions. It's a private video on my channel. You don't find it on my YouTube channel publicly. You can get one. You can find this right here. It's like a masterclass, 30 minutes. And then right here, lesson 2, it's about the low volume nodes, okay? That is what I talked about yesterday, right? The low volume nodes right there. You can learn about it. It's actually very good for you if you're really interested in learning about the volume profile and how to use it properly, because I have a book as well. Okay, you can also download my book for free, which is called the LTA Concepts Trading War Map. Right there, link is in the description. You learn about this. Use this book. Okay, what I want you to do, you download this book for free. You don't have to pay for anything, by the way, okay? So forget about that one. It's 100% free. You download this book for free. You go through section 1, which is the volume profile. Okay, you learn about everything. You read it, you go through it. Then you watch my video. Okay, lesson 1, lesson 2. By the end of this masterclass, you have a good understanding of what I do on the stream and why I mark out those zones, why I mark out those levels, and why I take those trades from those levels. Okay, a good start, a good foundation for your trading if you're completely new to the volume profile. Okay, completely new to the volume profile. That's a good thing to learn from, in my opinion. Okay, up to you. But it's right there in our Telegram group. Download the book and then get into our free Telegram, and then we'll go from there. Okay. See you tomorrow with tomorrow's price action. Hopefully it's a bit cleaner. But that's it from my side. I'm not going to force anything, and I'm happy that I didn't that long either here, as well as didn't buy there. And for shorts, I just want to see a little bit of a deeper confirmation. That's it. Deeper confirmation. Give me a bit more confidence there. Yes? Hope that makes sense right there. LTAconcepts.io. Sorry, it's not this one. LTA, let me see here. LTAconcepts.io. My bad. I have to put it in this link right there. This is the link right there for the book. Okay. Right there. Right there. Okay. This is the actual link, not the link in the description. It's wrong. Okay. The link of the description is right there. Yes. Okay. Much love, guys. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, and I'll keep you guys updated in Telegram if anything changes. If you see like a major breakdown or anything in that matter. And enjoy the rest of your night. And otherwise, good morning and have an amazing day. And I'll see you later. Yeah? Much love. Thank you, guys. See you later. Bye.
I can't let you go.
Yeah, much love, guys. See you later. Ciao.